3 overs gone, and Pakistan just none for one. Madassa facing Wayne Daniel. He beats Daniel and mid-off. Aldin Baptiste, a man who's had those shoulder problems, but certainly not too much wrong with that throw, which suggests that he's fully recovered.
Batting under ideal conditions.
Very strong driver, Madassa. And he's got all of his runs this morning from driving straight down the ground. Madassa 10, Mansour 2. He's facing Wayne Daniel from the Cathedral end. And there's some aggression. Slightly short there from Wayne Daniel. And Mansour very quickly onto that delivery. Always impresses me with his position. Always in good position, Mansour.
Just what the doctor ordered for Pakistan. They need to play some shots. As well played, the very short mid-wicket boundary.
Madassa 12, Mansour 7. Just the one extra. It's none for 20. It's a good shot from Mansour. Baptiste very quick there at third man. Hitting the ball off just inside the boundary. Oh, and that's a great delivery. Pretty well taken by Jeffrey Dujon, and a look of amazement from umpire Dick French.
Yes, the big leg cutter. Pitched it middle and leg and went a mile. Beautifully bowled and well taken, as Ian Chappell pointed out.
It beats Richards. Wayne Daniel. Shot short boundary on either side here at the Adelaide Oval. To the Mansour Akhtar. Great shot. Holding might have been a 440 champion, but he's not going to get that.
Marshall gave Mansour a little bit of width there outside the off stump. On a full length, very wide, and Mansour hit that a tremendous distance from his body and from his front pad, but he must have an eye like a stinking fish, because he really hit that in the middle.
Well, there's only half a shout from the bowler there, but the batsman's gone, Mansour Akhtar. Dujon was in no doubt. Mansour Akhtar moved away quickly there. First wicket down.
Well, there was a noise, and Dujon went up for the catch. He seemed a little bit mystified. Mansour walked away from the stumps. He was convinced he hadn't hit it.
I had the feeling that the batsman was through too quickly. I thought it might have come off the helmet, Frank.
Yes, I was of the same opinion. The stroke's through now, then the ball passes. Then it seems to clip the back of Mansour's helmet.
Mansour Akhtar, the first man out for Pakistan. 42 on the board now. Opening stand was 40. And that is certainly out. There's no question about that. That was a good delivery from Aldin Baptiste. Big leg cutter. And it found the outside edge of Madassa's bat. 2 down now. Quick wickets falling, and Pakistan in trouble.
No sign of what was to come in the beginning of the Pakistan innings, but that was a fairly wishy-washy shot outside the off stump by Madassa, as he tried to play that ball very square into the covers. Played across the line, got a thin edge as the ball moved away, and Pakistan lost their second wicket with 42 runs on the board.
Malcolm Marshall bowling. Javed Miandad takes strike. Oh, and a big appeal there for caught behind. Jarvid playing a little dab shot there. Gets a big edge to the wicketkeeper Dujon, who makes his third catch of the match. And that's a big breakthrough for the West Indies. Jarvid Miandad out, caught behind.
He really didn't go after this one. He was more looking to try and guide it down to third man. And got a bottom edge, and Jeffrey Dujon taking his third catch. So very good start for the day for Dujon, as it is for Marshall, as he picks up his second wicket. Javed Miandad out for 4 and Pakistan 3 for 54.
Salim Malik faces Marshall. Bowled him! That's a quick delivery there from Malcolm Marshall, getting through the defences of Salim Malik. And the stumps are down. The West Indies really getting themselves into a good position here.
And what a good over this is from Malcolm Marshall. First the bouncer, very good delivery to Kazim, and this one then it came back off the seam. Salim caught in no man's land, playing from the crease. A very good piece of bowling once again from Malcolm Marshall. His third wicket today, and Pakistan slump to 4 for 59.
Malcolm Marshall. One played away very well there by Qasim Amar on the offside. He gets 2, third man the fieldsman. Pakistan still in plenty of trouble. 4 for 65, and your commentators now, Ian Chappell and Frank Tyson.
It's a good shot from Wasim Raja. Michael Holding will cut it off. And they get 2. Wasim Raja likes to hit over the top, and he's done it very successfully. Long boundary down there at mid-on. And some rather slow running nets them just 2.
Baptiste bowls. Wasim Raja takes strike.
It's a good shot from Wasim Raja, well timed, and a very rare sight there, a misfield from Michael Holding. Such a flexible man. He normally bends down very easily and picks those up with one hand. It's a good shot from Raja. Finds the gap. And the old man, Clive Lloyd, getting those wobbly knees moving and pulling it back just inside the mid-off boundary. The air, it'll be safe. Malcolm Marshall is out at deep square leg. Malcolm Marshall, the man who has done all the damage here for the West Indies. Once again, Raja picking that gap at mid-off. This time Clive Lloyd has realised that there's too far to run. Down to deep mid-off, he sent the youngster down to do the work, Gus Logie. Viv Richards really tempting Wasim Raja, and he's taking up the challenge. Good boundary from a straight hit.
Yes, it was a good solid hit that. Viv Richards tossed the ball up, hoping that Raja would go for that windy woof down towards deep mid-wicket where he had men stationed. Intelligently, this master of arts from Pakistan hit the ball straight.
This time he goes in the mid-wicket area, very high, but clearing the boundary. A good hit. That's a pretty long boundary out there. And a good piece of timing from Wasim Raja.
He really revels in this sort of situation. Has a reputation of being a hitter. And he took it in England, and my word, he lives up to that reputation with that enormous hit.
No ball call, and he's taken advantage of it. Put it into the long on boundary. Goes on now to 42, and he's faced only 35 balls to him. This is a lovely innings by Wasim Raja. He He's a big hitter of the ball, and he doesn't mind lifting him in the air in this fashion. And flicking that one over the top of mid-wicket's head. The ball running way down there to the very long boundary on this ground. Wide mid-on. Qasim Omar now on strike. He's got to keep looking for the single to give the strike to Raja. Might get 2 there. Indeed, they do it easily. Richard Gabriel out at long on. So this innings is moving along briskly now. That'll be 2 more. Well, Clive Lloyd might have to make a decision there with that man, who is perhaps a little bit deep for that push shot of Qasim Omar's. Fielded. Oh, he's got to be out. Oh, almost over Dujon's head. And Dujon is saying, why throw it that hard? Qasim goes. What a mix-up. What an extraordinary mix-up. Great piece of fielding out there. But goodness me, fancy being stranded, both of them at the same end.
Yes, Qasim decided to go straight away, and the fielding there beautifully done by Logie, I think it was. And Qasim Omar, instead of trying to get back quickly, and when one bears in mind that throw was almost out of the reach of the wicketkeeper. Well, it wasn't Desmond Haynes who was the fieldsman. I think it was Desmond Haynes. Good stop by him, and a big breakthrough this for the West Indies. Pakistan 5 for 127.
5 for 127. 18 to Madassa, 20 Mansoor Akhtar, 26 to Qasim Omar, 4 to Javed, and 1 to Salim. Qasim Raja hits it straight down the man's throat out there at mid-wicket. Vivian Richards. Well, it's almost beyond belief that with 15 overs still to go and 5 wickets down, that Wasim Raja should play that shot. Almost as unbelievable as that last run out.
Clive Lloyd there, a little giggle, saying, oh yes, he's signalling, I think, as that one's played in the air down to deep mid-wicket, taken by Viv Richards. Clive Lloyd in the background there, signalling that he thought that the off-spinner had strangled the wicket. Well, I don't know about that. Wasim Raja, I think, gave it away. 6 for 127.
Abdul Qadir faces Gomes. Outside edge there. They pick up 3. Well, they could have picked up 3. That very ordinary running between the wickets. Abdul Qadir, who's taking strike now, won't get as much spin out of this pitch as he did up in Sydney the other day. He bowled quite beautifully. And he's picked out the one fellow out at long off again. Eldin Baptiste just had to wait there, move perhaps a yard. And there's a little bit of thoughtless cricket going on here from Pakistan.
Yes, that was a straightforward catch. The ball hit straight down the ground. It's a long boundary down there. Not easy to hit it over the top of the fieldsman's head. Abdul Qadir didn't. He hit it straight to Eldin Baptiste. And he's out for 4. And Pakistan now 7 down for 135.
So the one taking strike is using the SP bat. That's Tahir Nakash. The other one with the stripes is Ijaz. And once again, the caught and bowled goes begging. And go well done. Caught and bowled might have gone, but the run-out's been pulled off there by Gus Logie. Tahir Nakash is not well pleased with that. He considered he'd made his ground.
Well, I think you might find out that he hadn't. Opportunity there, albeit a very slim opportunity of a caught and bowled, but have a look at Gus Logie. Slams that thing in the middle stump.
here they're not very happy. He's made a duck, and the score now 8 for 136. Ijaz takes strike. Gomes is the bowler.
Desmond Haynes at backward square leg with a bit of a fumble. And Ijaz gets back for the second. Pakistan 8 for 143. Misfield once again. Desmond Haynes, and he's having a few problems with the infield. He'll be hoping he doesn't have as many problems with the wicket.
Either Marshall or Holding will not bowl their full quota of 10 overs, which was rather strange tactics. And I think that was a drop. Sounded like an outside edge. Certainly Gomes was very disappointed there. There was an edge, and Dujon, I think, fumbled.
Rashid Khan is taking strike, Holding the bowler.
Viv Richards is the fielder at backward square leg, and they get back for a second. It's a good shot there from Ijaz, picking the gap, but Viv Richards just hauling it back inside the boundary. That 2 takes them to 169. Rashid picks up a single. He's moved along in mostly singles to 15. Nothing from the last delivery. It's 8 for 177 at the end of the 50 overs. Javed Miandad having won the toss, deciding that Pakistan would bat first. Top scorer Wasim Raja with 46.
50. Pakistan ready to try and defend 178. Rashid Khan to open the bowling. Only 2 men allowed outside that restrictive field circle. And West Indies are off the mark straight away. Desmond Haynes picking up 2 from the first ball. Here's Tony Greig now, and with him is Bill Loring.
It looks as if Wasim Raja has been brought into the attack out there. He's going to bowl his leg spinners, I suppose, although he's on seemingly a longer run, and it looks as if he might be going to bowl medium paces. Well, we've got some runs way down to fine leg. 1 to Gabriel.
He's gone, he's got him out, caught behind. So Wasim Bari there, bowling his seamers, gets one to bounce a little bit more. An outside edge taken by the keeper Bari, and the Pakistanis have struck.
Now Raja, normally leg breaks and top spinners, gets a bit of bounce, a thin edge, and Bari does the rest, and that's a vital breakthrough for Pakistan. He's delighted, and why not? And so is his captain. Relief for Javed Miandad, and it's 1 for 9.
Augustine Logie striding out to bat at number 3 for the West Indies. That's the first time he's done it in this Benson Hedges World Series Cup. Taking guard to replace Desmond Haynes, out caught behind.
There's a bit of bounce from Raja on that occasion.
And straight away the ball bowled wide outside off stump, and as a result of that man moving across to the other side, a little bit of a gap in there, and that one down to the boundary at point before West Indies 1 for 13. Rashid to Gabriel.
Oh, what a catch! Oh, no, he's not out. Crikey, I thought that hit the inside edge of the bat. What a take by Bari.
It was a superb save. It was a shout, probably off the pad, but it went wide. You see the ball pushed down the leg side. He went after it, a deflection off the thigh pad, and beautifully taken by Wasim Bari. Saved 4 runs.
Wasim Raja bowling to Gus Logie.
Played away down to square leg there, 2 bounces into the boundary, and he can't afford to bowl too short. And I think perhaps Javed Miandad has got the best out of this man in terms of his seamers. I think it'd probably be a good idea to get him onto the leggies. And the score down there in the left-hand corner of this lovely scoreboard, 1-4-17. Gabriel has 2, Logie 8. That one also hooked away down there. He's in there and he's dropped it. Well, what an opportunity for Pakistan. That looks like Ijaz down there, coming in and dropping the ball.
Yes, I think he set him up. He dropped it in short. He went after it. Put it straight down his throat. And he put it down.
Gus Logie facing Rashid Khan.
One short once again to Gus Logie, and it's hit the top of the fence and bounced back into play. So bowling to his strength at the moment.
Well, Gus Logie's only a little boy, but he certainly has got a lot of power.
It's in the air and wide of Tahir. So the Pakistan team definitely trying to set Logie up for a catch at deep backward square leg.
And it could prove to be, I think, an expensive business. Rashid pitching short again, and Logie showing that he's a superb striker of that stroke.
That's high in the air, and Javed is the man underneath it, and he's taken the catch. So that's a well-planned wicket there for Pakistan. They worked very hard on that one, and I must say that Javed is going about his captaincy job in a very aggressive manner.
Certainly is, and that was rather extraordinary that Gus Logie took up the challenge with such enthusiasm. He knew the men were there for the catch, yet he still persisted in playing this, which must be one of his favourite strokes. It was a bad stroke, that. It was too wide, too far outside the off stump. He couldn't get it over to the leg side, got a top edge, up into the air it went, into the safe hands of Javed Miandad. So Logie is out, West Indies 2 for 28.
2 for 32 after 13 overs. Gabriel 4, Richards 2. A very interesting battle going on here at the Adelaide Oval. And a good shot from Viv Richards, just beating the left hand of Tahir a point.
Yes, it was a superb stroke. Well, what's Javed Miandad going to do about that chap on the right? With Richards.
That's short. There's no one out at deep mid-wicket. And a safe boundary there for Richard Gabriel, as Wasim Raja just strays a little in length. .14 overs gone. West Indies 2 for 43. Kadir to Richards. Beautiful piece of timing. Really dug that one out of the block hole and fairly raced past Javed Miandad in the covers. It's in the air, but Kadir didn't even have time to get the hands up. Only after the ball had gone past, he put his hands on his head. Brings up the 50 for the West Indies.
Kadir to Gabriel.
Oh, it's a good delivery. Well bowled, Kadir. The wrong un, and Richard Gabriel didn't see that one at all. Getting back in a position to cut the leg break, but a leg break it wasn't.
as Richard Gabriel found out to his cost. There are a lot of people who can't pick Kadir's wrong, and that was an absolutely beautiful ball coming back a matter of a foot as Gabriel tried to make room for himself to cut the ball, paid the penalty, was bowled out for 10, and the third wicket is down for 52.
Larry Gomes, the left-hander, facing Kadir.
Oh, well bowled. Beautiful bowling. He didn't read that at all, and very unlucky there not to have picked up that wicket. Bye signalled, and the West Indies 3-4-57.
It's very important, Tony, for Pakistan that they keep this end bottled up. Kadir's bowling exceptionally well from the other end. So far, Madassa's been able to do that, and it's been excellent captaincy by Javed so far. Every move that he's done today seems to have come off.
Oh, and a big appeal there for caught behind. He's given him out. Larry Gomes out. Caught behind. He knows he's gone to, so Madassa, who does it so often for them, strikes for Pakistan.
And just a faint tickle off the bat. And for a moment it appeared as though it wasn't going to carry through to Wasim Bari. Larry Gomes very strong on that onside, gets a lot of runs down there, just flicked it. And Bari across, and umpire Dick French, no hesitation. He had a good view of that one, and that's a vital breakthrough for Pakistan. And the West Indies, they're struggling at 4 for 59.
Abdul Qadir bowls now to Richards.
Well bowled. That's in the air, and it's going to be out. He's got him. He's gone. Up go the hands of the Pakistanis. Viv Richards succumbing to the pressure there. Great captaincy by Javed Miandad. Magnificent bowling by Qadir, and no mistake in the catch.
And full credit both to Qadir and to Javed. Javed prepared to take the gamble and beautifully bowled by the leg spinner. And Viv Richards, the great Viv Richards, falling for the trap. Tried to smash Javed out of that position, hit it in the air, went straight down the fieldsman's throat down at deep mid-off, and a beautiful piece of work by the Pakistanis. And they're right in this game now, so Viv Richards out for 18, caught Mansour down at deep mid-off off the bowling of Qadir, and a beautiful piece of bowling plus a great piece of captaincy. And he's also putting the pressure on Jeffrey Dushan.
One cut away into the gap. Beautiful shot by Dushan. Not a great delivery, that one. Just a little short, and Dushan playing a beautiful shot. The back foot smashing it through the gap at point.
Dushan faces Madassa.
Oh, that's cut away beautifully. He does play that shot lovely. Beautiful shot, it really is. He cut it away so forcefully behind square. The fieldsman there is Abdul Qadir, and he didn't move.
Beautiful piece of bowling. Reminiscent of the other evening when Richie and Lawson fell to him. What a spell of leg spin.
And Wasim Bari took a year to get the bails off then. It was a beautiful delivery. Dushan used his feet. He was beaten by fight and spin. And Wasim Bari, it seemed ages. The wrong one, he was down. You see Wasim Bari fumbles, gathers again, makes the stumping. Umpire Dick French says that's out, and it's a great spell of bowling from Qadir. What a magician with the leg spin he has been against the West Indian side. And the West Indies are now 6 for 75. And what a change has come over this match.
That man at the non-striker's end is frowning. Why shouldn't he be? Marshall faces Abdul Qadir.
He's thrown it up and he's put it away. He gambled and lost on that occasion. A beautiful cover drive from Marshall. Malcolm Marshall showing that he's got a shot or two in his book. It's a very even contest.
Qadir, the fielder. Oh, and Lloyd has run out. Now, who on earth called there? It wasn't Lloyd. You can bet your life on that. There was definitely a shout of yes, and I'd say that Marshall played it and called. It was Lloyd's call because the ball went behind point, and that was a fiasco.
Not if you're a Pakistani supporter. because that was the break they needed. He played that Malcolm Marshall. He took off. He didn't look at his partner. Was well fielded. And who was it? It was a magician, Kadir, who fired it to Wasim Bari, and Kai Void was not even in picture. And that's a great lucky breakthrough for Pakistan. They need a bit of luck. It hasn't been going for them this summer. Kai Void departs at 7 for 92.
Madassa to Marshall. It was a good shot. A beautiful stroke, that, and no desperation out there. That was a weak piece of fielding.
Javed can't believe that. He went with one hand. Wasim Raja. It was well struck, but he had that covered. And no desperation whatsoever, and runs are so vital when you're on top.
Madassa to Baptiste. Nice shot from Baptiste. Good all-rounder, this fellow. He'll have a little touch of nerves out there in front of a big crowd here at the Adelaide Oval. Takes 3 from that stroke. I suppose around Australia, Bill, there are a lot of people sitting back and saying, well, why is it that Australia are not taking a leg spinner to the West Indies? But do we have anyone of the quality of Abdul Qadir? Tahir Nakash bowling to Malcolm Marshall.
Marshall in the air and safe. Wide of mid-on. He was a bit annoyed when he mishit that full toss the previous ball. But he's picked up 3 from that lofted shot. It's 7 for 123.
A bit of angle connected with his bowling, which will drag him across onto that leg side.
It's in the air, but wide of Qadir. And timed well enough to go to the long boundary down there at mid-off.
A fine shot. Beautiful stroke there by Aldine Baptiste. A long boundary out there, and that ball fairly rocketed away into the boundary. Strokes are starting to flow now. Aldine Baptiste, the final rounder, and the West Indies taking the game up to Pakistan now. 7 for 143.
Wasim Raja showing his versatility here today. He's top scored with 46. He's captured 1 wicket with medium pace. Can he do the same with his leg spinners?
And he has straight away. Straight away, Wasim Raja strikes with the leg break. Baptiste is out. Caught at point. And they're back in the game again. Rashid Khan, the man at point, taking the catch. Quite a simple one.
Well, how Wasim Raja must love this Adelaide Oval. Good fortune smiles upon him as Baptiste cuts the ball away to the backward point area, and Aldine Baptiste is caught out for 24. Javed Miandad shuffles his forces around the field, set his fields very carefully, and as a result, Pakistan now need 2 wickets to win this game. West Indies need 32 runs at 3.55 runs per over in 9 overs.
Holding faces Ijaz. Safely away. Well, there were shouts of catch it, and I bet not just Holding's heart jumped into his mouth, but the non-striker Marshall as well.
Holding to face Wasim Raja.
Edgy but safe. Rashid Khan, the fielder. Holding picks up 2 more, and the tension rises out there. This is the 9th over for Wasim Raja. Shot, he's LBW. Holding given LBW. It looked as though that was just about a Yorker that he tried to force away through mid-on. Wasim Raja has got holding. And Pakistan are within 1 wicket of a sensational victory.
And this is going to be a tense game as Holding departs. The victim of a well-flighted Wasim Raja spinner. It was a top spinner, it seemed. He was on the popping crease, in line with leg stump. Up goes the finger as Wasim Raja strikes yet again. And the 9th wicket is down with 159 runs on the board. It's a pretty awkward position to be in, the one that Wayne Daniel finds himself in.
I don't think they'll get that. Sounded to me as though the ball came off the pad and the batsman scraped his bat along the ground.
A great deal of light-hearted byplay came out of that little incident. Wayne Daniel was more concerned about getting back to the crease than worrying about what Javed Miandad thought was a catch. I think it was just a little piece of pleasantry that the Pakistanis were indulging in. It was right off the front pad. Missed the bat by about 6 inches.
It's no good running off like that. He didn't hit anywhere near it. They've done it again. It was a good ball and it beat Wayne Daniel quite comprehensively. It's 9 for 160.
Yes, it is not out when it comes off the pad. 9 for 160.
That equation is that 18 runs are needed, 19 balls remaining. At the end of this over, it'll be 18 and 18. Marshall looks for 1. Will he take 2? Yes, they're going to. They had to make a snap decision there whether they wanted Daniel to have the strike, and Abdul Qadir has finished his 10 overs. It's 9 for 162.
It's tons of time. 18 balls, 16 runs required for victory. Just the 1 wicket in hand. Daniel yet to score. The batsman on strike. Oh, he gets an edge. There's no slip and it races away for valuable runs.
And they've gone through for 3. And that really was a blow to Javed Miandad, that.
Malcolm Marshall on 46. Cuts beautifully. 2 to Marshall. So the pressure on everybody here at the Adelaide Oval. The batsman, Marshall, he's been superb. He's on 48. 10 runs required, 14 balls remaining. Wayne Daniel getting a single and playing very well under pressure. A big fast bowler, giving it the full face of the bat. 9 runs required for victory, 13 balls remaining. 7 runs off this over from Rashid, a very good over for the West Indians, and the pressure now back on the bowler.
An over that has shown that it's reasonably easy to score off the medium paces on this excellent Adelaide wicket. And it's more difficult against these spinners.
Throws, misses. Malcolm Marshall retains the strike. 8 runs to win, 9 for 170. Malcolm Marshall's 50. Full pitch. Kazim's at cover point. Just the single. Throws and hits the stumps. Marshall tempting the throw, looking for the overthrow. Tahir. Oh, there it goes, an outside edge. Wayne Daniel, that's through for 2. Kadir's got the ball, he fires it in. Fine return, but 2 valuable runs. 3 runs for victory. 7 balls remaining. Tahir shows in his face the strain, the pressure.
Tahir's had an unfortunate day, a wild first over. And now he has all the responsibility on his shoulders of bowling these deciding balls. And in the West Indies dressing room, the jubilation mounts as Marshall and Daniel get closer to their goal. The teeth flash, the smiles reappear.
Fieldsman coming up. Mid-on and mid-off coming in to restrict the single. There's 3 men in a circle on the offside, 2 on the on. Rashid, the bowler. Struck it. There it goes. A beautifully played shot from Malcolm Marshall, racing out to the boundary. A great victory by the West Indians. They were gone for all money, but Malcolm Marshall showing his pass here today. With superb knock of 56, not out.
Certainly a magnificent all-round performance from Malcolm Marshall. 3 wickets, a half-century, and he's rescued his side from the very verge of defeat when all
Indians.